Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of Valpo Baseball Weekly. It's brought to you by our friends at Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. Brandon Vickery with you. Glad to be joined by the head coach of the Valpo Baseball program, Brian Schmack, as we get set for the final weekend of the regular season series coming up against Evansville this weekend. But first, we look back at this past weekend against Bradley, and I think the obvious first question has to be about Ryan Maka and what he was able to do on Friday and Saturday. A 2-homer game followed by another game in which he homered, 7 hits over those 2 days. What did you see from him at the plate, and how did he put together those 2 big days on Friday and Saturday?
I think, the 3-homer game on Friday was great to see. I mean, we needed it to keep us in the game, and his at-bats have been getting better, and he's just a freshman who needs to get experience, and it's good to be able to get him these at-bats, especially this time of the year. Hopefully it helps him confidence-wise going into the tournament, but also moving forward. I think to get this many at-bats as a freshman is key. And, he struggled in the fall. I think he got a little bit better over winter break and coming out of, kind of spring training-ish type stuff. He looked really good, and we had told him we want to get him as many at-bats as possible because he does have the potential to do what he did this past weekend, and it's good to see him getting those at bats and succeeding within them. So I hope it continues.
Let's talk about Jake Miller and his outing on Saturday. 5th win of the season and the 8-2 win, 7 shutout innings, a 3-hit ball. What stood out to you most about his outing?
He looked really convicted this past weekend. It looked like he, I think last week or was at Southern, but he was a little tentative. I think they were swinging early and getting some base hits, and that, prompted him to maybe nibble a little bit more. And I just think he had attacking mentality. He had a game plan that he was going to do that, and he executed it. So when he does that, he's pretty hard to hit, as he's shown throughout the course of the year. So good time for that.
Speaking of Saturday, it was nice to see a lot of your alumni out at an alumni event that was put together in conjunction with the game. From your standpoint, what was that like to see some familiar faces of Valpo baseball yesteryear supporting the current team on Saturday?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's good to go and talk to those guys and see them having fun down in the corner, I think it's something that we can do here is we can start to bring those guys back, and the weather was great, so let's come out and hang out and enjoy some libations down the sidelines and just be able to have a little bit of fun. So to be able to talk to those guys and connect and see that they're still interested in how things are going is awesome. And it was great to talk to those guys, and we'd love to have them out all the time, honestly, and a lot of them are still local, and to be able to come out, and we saw them at UIC as well. So, anytime there's a local game, they seem to show up, which is good to see.
Let's talk about your bullpen. It's been very strong of late. Kind of how have things come together down there, and what's it like to have so many different options in the bullpen, especially this time of year that seem to be working well right now?
Yeah, I think, as the season goes on, you like guys to sort of establish roles. And I know early on, guys don't know where they're going to fit in. And, for us, it's about throwing guys at this time of the year that we know can throw the ball over the plate and give us a chance, So, a lot of the years is leading up to this and trying to figure out who's going to be that. And, as you wind down, you'd like to have guys that you can trust, like I said. So, going into the tournament, going into the last couple of weekends, it's key because sometimes the starters get a little bit run down as the season goes on, and guys are starting to throw a little bit more to the pen, and to have that consistency and those options is huge for us now.
As we look ahead to this weekend, you take on an Evansville team that has exceeded expectations. They were picked 7th in the preseason poll. They're in the mix for the regular season title going into this final weekend. How have they done it, and what are your expectations of what we'll see this weekend against Evansville?
Yeah, don't know how they've done it. Obviously, we haven't seen them play, so we'll find out this weekend. But, on paper, it looks like they're getting really good starting pitching, especially on Friday and Saturday. I mean, I don't know about the Sunday. I'm sure it's been the same, but, and it looks like the lineup is pretty explosive, especially the top half, just from talking guys in the league and seeing again, the statistics. So, very confident bunch right now. And it's going to be a challenge for us, to be able to, calm that top half down and able to put some quality at bats together. So we're looking forward to it. I mean, they're going to be ready to go. They're going to give us their best shot. They're looking to win that title. We're looking to play spoiler, and we'll see what happens.
There he is, head coach of the Valpo baseball program, Brian Schmack. The series starts on Thursday this week. All 3 games will air on ESPN3 as Valpo heads to Evansville to close out the regular season before the conference tournament gets going next week at Missouri State. This has been Valpo Baseball Weekly, and it's brought to you by our friends at Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.